There's no better way to start a USL Championship season with a black-gold derby tonight from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. It's OKC Energy FC and FC Tulsa. Tonight's game is presented by SSM Health St. Anthony's. With the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks for being with us here on opening night, this 2021 USL Championship season, and of course, the battle for the wrench between these two sides. And looking at what is to come in this 2021 season, 32 games over 28 weeks. They've split the league into 4 divisions and 2 conferences, and the top 4 of each division will then advance to the playoffs, all leading to the USL Championship final on November 28th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And both these teams, they were out west the past couple of years, but now they are out east. The new Central Division featuring teams such as Indy 11, Lou City, that's Lipa FC, Birmingham Legion also will get into the mix, and OKC Energy and FC Tulsa joining the fray in the Eastern Conference and this year's Central Division. Well, looking at this matchup tonight, OKC Energy and FC Tulsa. FC Tulsa scored some goals last year, and they were led by this guy, Dario Suarez.
Yeah, top of the goal scoring with 8 goals in 16 matches, but just the 1 assist, so maybe he can do more than that, because at age 28, he's at his peak, the man from Cuba, and he's been in great preseason form, scoring a ton of goals. So expect to see plenty of action from this man, Dario Suarez, this season.
And he'll be starting up top tonight for FC Tulsa. And on the other side for OKC Energy, trying to shore up the goals. They didn't really score a lot last year, but tonight's player to watch, presented by Loves, is Vilian Bijev.
And he's got a wonderful background, was with Liverpool Youth and Fortuna Dusseldorf. And so I expect a lot from a 28-year-old with that sort of background, 5 years in the USA. He knows his way around. He needs to control that midfield. That's what I expect from Vilian Bijev tonight.
A new signing from Sacramento Republic. Well, tonight it's all for the wrench, the black gold derby, and it's a great way to start off this season. It's OKC Energy, it's FC Tulsa. Lineups and first kick next from Taft Stadium.
Goals are something we outline for ourselves, and oftentimes they can be pretty lofty. When things begin to line up the way we think they should, we appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
You deserve something sweet, like Brahms' new fancy sundaes. The sticky bun has the perfect hint of cinnamon, topped with smooth, hot caramel and pecans. There's the undeniably delicious cocoa banana ice cream covered in hot fudge and slices of banana. And who could resist 2 scoops of white chocolate strawberry tart filled with pound cake and more strawberries? Or French chocolate macaroon with marshmallow atop Brahms' freshly baked macaroon cookies. Try one or all 4 at Brahms, because you deserve it.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this gonna take? Am I too old to do this? What am I gonna look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now, I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
You're about to witness a momentous occasion. Introducing the power of a better cloud, brought to you by Cox Business Cloud Solutions with rapid scale technology. And the migration is complete. IT professionals are thrilled, because when seemingly nothing is happening, everything is happening. Introducing Cox Business Cloud Solutions with rapid scale technology, the power of a better cloud.
Back at Taft Stadium, the team's taking to the field tonight on a beautiful night in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Let's get you those starting lineups, and we will start with the roadside FC Tulsa and Michael Encian's first 11.
Yeah, 3 new signings in this team, Joaquin Rivas and Jorge Corrales and Mo Jadama. And it's a well, it's actually a 5-4-1. So they're going to play with those wing backs bombing up on both sides, and Eric Bird with all his experience. And Suarez, of course, you mentioned him, how dangerous he can be up front.
We'll see if Suarez can start scoring those goals here early on in the season. On the other side for OKC Energy, let's count all the new names.
Yeah, it's actually 7 new signings. It's easy to tell you who stays. Still in the team, CJ Cochran, Tucker Stevenson, Basulevic, and Jonathan Brown. They are lining up either 4-5-1, or if you push Stevenson and Karimoto up, it'll be a 4-3-3. So that's how John Pascarella has decided to line up on this opening game.
Trying to turn the page on last season that just did not go to script in Pascarella's first year in charge of this Energy FC side. And you take a look at those kits, the new Electric City kits for OKC Energy FC here in 2021. You won't miss them out on the field, I can tell you that much.
Look, I mean, I like both kits. I think there's a traditional, lovely black and gold. Love those colors. But the OKC ones, well, they stand out, and if you put that sort of kit on, you have to live up to the colors and stand out yourself. So, yeah, exciting kits, at least when they change a kit. So, well done, OKC, and love the tradition of Tulsa.
Both teams are ready to go. It's a black-gold derby tonight from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. FC Tulsa has the wrench in their hands after last season's success against OKC Energy. But you know Energy FC wants to win it right back. They've won it more times than FC Tulsa has, even going back to the Tulsa Roughneck days. And a new season and new hope for Energy FC. There is tonight's referee, Ismir Pekmic, very experienced USL Championship referee. Took charge of some playoff games a year ago as well. So here we go, fans in the stands, setting the soundtrack for a beautiful night in Oklahoma City. FC Tulsa will go right to left. OKC Energy left to right, just waiting on the whistle from Ismir Pekmic. There it is, the 2021 season is underway from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. Well, a year ago for Energy FC, we mentioned a tough year for them in John Pascarella's first year. 1-7-8. They garnered just 10 points. It was a 13-game winless run at one point. It was just a season to forget, and the word that John Pascarella used, we're not allowed to use on air. So they are looking to turn the page, and we mentioned all those new signings, and 7 of them in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, look, change was needed. Out of the 35 teams, they were 34th in scoring, OKC. So, yeah, it was a bad season. John Pascarella is saying that the mentality wasn't good. He's brought in players to change that. He said talent wasn't the problem. He just felt some of the players were too settled. So he's moved those on, brought in the new faces, added the new kit, and they're ready to go.
Absolutely. And on the other side for FC Tulsa, 6-7-2 overall, and to win some games late in the season to get into the playoffs. And once they did get into the playoffs, it was a tough exit for them, losing out in the first round to El Paso Locomotive on penalty kicks. Michael Encian telling us they left a little bit to be desired at the end of last season. Thought they really could have won that game against El Paso, but it gives them some motivation coming into this season where they will be challenged, no doubt, in that new Central Division.
Yeah, and I thought they did reasonably well last season, finishing second in Group D, which was won by San Antonio. But they beat San Antonio a couple of times. So it was one of those seasons that promised so much, nearly delivered a lot. But there's no player from either side here who finished in the top 10 goals or top 10 assists. So really, if you want to be a top side, you've got to have players who are scoring plenty or assisting plenty. Dario Suarez is the man that FC Tulsa are hoping to do that for them. Not quite sure who it's going to be for OKC. They have a number of players out, including the likes of Jaime Chavez and Frank Lopez. Perhaps that's where the goals will come for the home side.
Let's take a look at tonight's injury report. It is brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony. We mentioned Chavez and Ward on the injury report. Martinez Leyva, the academy player, he is out tonight for FC Tulsa. We mentioned who could potentially be that guy alongside Dario Suarez this year on the bench tonight. Jerome Kiesewetter, one of those new signings, coming on a couple years ago with El Paso Locomotive. A quick whistle from Ismir Pekmic will send this back to OKC.
Yeah, Kiesewetter could be the missing key for Tulsa, and that he's such a good player up front. And if he and Dario Suarez can get some sort of combination going, the likes of Joaquin Rivas, one of the new players as well, coming in on that right-hand side, and Da Costa, they really should be good going forward.
And here's a chance early for FC Tulsa. Da Costa couldn't keep it in the area. The sun's starting to set behind our camera position. Suarez trying to knock this forward, deflected off of Muang Sunday. There's Bijev. Looks like he's bringing Bourgeois with him, the captain.
Bijev in that sort of attacking midfield role, and I'm sure a lot of OKC fans are having to get used to these 7 new players and having to get used to the new kits. It's a lot to ask on opening day for the fans, but I'm sure they're super excited by it.
And there's a look at Jorge Corrales, number 26 in black, coming over from Montreal Impact. Last year, now, of course, rebranded to CF Montreal, but some time in MLS, but his second stint with FC Tulsa was back in 2017, was his first year with the club. Suarez, and here's Corrales. And his second touch put it right out of play.
Just looking at the back four for OKC, all new players. You mentioned Sunday. Mitchell Osman, they brought him in from Indy 11. Connor Donovan, the captain, and Robert Coronado. So it'll take a while for CJ Cochran to get to understand his back four, and obviously for that back four to link to the rest of the team. And I'm pretty sure that John Pasquarello is just hoping that this team sort of gets together, gets thinking on the same page as quickly as possible.
And of course, in the offseason, losing some big veteran pieces, including Cody Lorendi, Atiba Harris, Rafa Garcia. Players who have been around this club for quite a bit, including Lorendi, of course. Here's Kevin Garcia. Bijev, his touch puts it out of play. Let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They are brought to you by Oklahoma City Volkswagen. What do we got, Gary?
Well, team cohesion for OKC, as mentioned, 7 new players. You've got to figure it all out, get to work together. The sooner you do that, the better. And for Tulsa, we'll build on last season's success. It was a very good season last season. It just fell short. But if you can take that success and add these new players and a new energy, then no reason why Tulsa can't go even further and higher this season.
Stevenson stepping by a couple of defenders. A chance for Daniels. One of those 2 new players coming over from Colorado Springs. Him alongside Hiroki Kuramoto, who's in the starting 11 tonight. And here comes Tulsa back the other way. Eric Bird on the ball. Taken down from behind. Referee says he got all ball.
And he's a crucial player for them, Eric Bird. So experienced and played at some of the highest levels. And he needs to bring that experience to bear here. Just got caught in position. You can see there, he's central to Tulsa's play in the middle of the pitch.
Bird in his second season with the club. Look at Sean Lewis in goal tonight. The Rockford, Michigan native, 29 years of age, the FC Tulsa MVP in 2020. Made 16 starts in his 3rd season, this being his 3rd season with FC Tulsa.
Good pressure there from Tulsa. Look at those black shirts, just forcing that ball backwards. OKC trying to play it out here through Connor Donovan, but so many teams just trying to get turnover ball high up the pitch whenever possible.
Of course, both teams playing some pretty quality opposition in the preseason. John Pasquarella said he wanted to test his team's physicality coming into this season, playing some MLS opposition. There's a push in the back. DaCosta with the foul. But sometimes it's good to go through some of that adversity. He said, we were not the best team on the field in those preseason games, but he thinks it's going to help his team this season.
Just having a look at the tackle. There wasn't much in it, really, and the free kick given. But yes, you're right. They were given a bit of a hammering. 5-1 by Austin and 4-0 by Dallas. But sometimes that just brings you down to earth and makes you realize you've got a lot of work to do before the season starts.
As you mentioned in those keys, it's all about building that cohesion. We're seeing that here in the early moments.
There's still so many players: Jaime Chavez, Charlie Ward, Frank Lopez, Zach Ellis-Hayden, that can still return to this OKC team. So they do have the depth, and with those players, if they do come back in, it should be a stronger side. So it must be exciting for John Pasquarella. Very disappointing season last season, but he's got high hopes for what might happen this year.
He said coming into this game tonight, he says he wants to put on a show. Rival coming into town. You got fans in the stands. It's a festive atmosphere tonight at Taft Stadium. Hoping to hold up his end of the bargain, I guess you could say, on the field. It's pinballing between the two players. Here's Bird. Get out to this left side. DaCosta's cross all the way through. It was stabbed out just at the last moment by Osman.
That was nearly a great ball in from DaCosta. The right idea, and as you say, good defending just to stop that from going through. And that's what they have, this Tulsa side. A lot of players who are attack-minded, able to make things happen. And if they can just get down that other end of the pitch, they're going to give OKC a few problems today, I would guess.
Trying to play this in behind. Cochran has to come outside the 18-yard box to clear it away. It looks like the offside flag raised against FC Tulsa. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. OKC Energy looking to get into the attack on that left side, and Lewis comes to claim it.
A good keeper, Sean Lewis, 79% safe percentage last season, and a really, really good year. He'll be hoping to build on that as well. I'm sure the Tulsa fans, FC Tulsa, very excited after last season because, as I say, they were so unlucky. They really were in a tough group with San Antonio, and they played some wonderful football. And going out on penalties in a knockout game, that's tough to take.
And it will be interesting this year for both of these teams joining the Eastern Conference. We asked Michael Encien about that. He said he's always heard the style is maybe a little bit more different out east, maybe just a little bit more direct in terms of how the teams like to play. So he's familiar with a few of the teams, such as Sporting Kansas City 2, who's also in this Central Division, but said that he'll just figure teams out as they go, and they're looking forward to being challenged, and they will absolutely be challenged this year. The likes of Indy 11, Lou City, who's in action tonight against Atlanta United 2. Almost a mistake at the back, a big challenge coming in, and Osman got that one just right.
And he just got it right as well. If he hadn't of, they were in big trouble. But just to pick up on your point about them being in a new conference against new teams, it can be an advantage because the other teams don't know you that well. So if you do your homework, if you watch them carefully, they're not quite sure what you can bring to the party. To be fair, it's Osman's own error that he has to recover from, but he does just recover in time.
Cross coming in, too tall for Suarez in the middle. And this is the first year where we'll see some cross-conference games. One of them in a few weeks is Phoenix Rising taking on the Tampa Bay Rowdies, which will be a fun match. And these two teams will also experience some now, I guess, old Western Conference opponents. FC Tulsa will have a rematch with El Paso Locomotive all the way in October. San Antonio on their schedule as well.
It's a little bit tricky these first few minutes for OKC. They're battling to get out of their half, battling to get some good passes together. Guess you have to credit FC Tulsa for making it difficult for them, but as a home side, and you want to make your mark, you've got to get on that ball a bit more than they have been.
Another cross coming in, looking for the run of DaCosta, and out for a goal kick. Real hand-dipped ice cream, thick milkshakes, old-fashioned banana splits, and sundaes, all made with farm fresh milk. Brahms is proud to be a part of your family's tradition. Brahms, farm fresh for over 50 years, proud partner of OKC Energy FC.
CJ, important player for OKC at 29, a lot of experience for a goalkeeper, and now in his 4th season overall with OKC. Had such a good season last year, so he's got to bring that experience to help this new, totally new back four try and settle in as quickly as possible.
It'll be interesting to see how that communication works, especially early on. It's not every year you get a completely new back four. I mean, none of these players were playing with each other. They were all playing across the USL. And now they get brought here, and they're one unit this year.
I don't think in 15 years of professional football I ever had 4 new players in the back. You know, you bring in 1, maybe 2, but all 4? Good luck, CJ.
Here's Muang Sunday, who will throw this back in. An interesting story, Sunday. He was signed after they saw him last year, a good open combine player. He's pretty much on trial throughout the 2020 season, and he was signed ahead of this 2021 season, and it's the opening day start. A whistle will send it back the other way.
Joaquim Rivas just using his shoulder there, not really going for the ball, and the referee blowing him up before that. But again, look at this, the way they close so quickly. Look at that, sprinting up there, the men in black, making it so difficult for OKC to play out.
And Rivas has some history with this Tulsa side. Has the most starts in club history, this being his 56th tonight for Tulsa Roughnecks and now FC Tulsa. Maybe a chance for OKC Energy to stretch their legs a bit. Vilian Bijev taking off the ball. Ayagua going to ground. Wins it back for Tulsa.
Jonathan Brown doing some good work there, but just used his hands a little bit too much. But it's the first time for a while I've seen OKC putting a high press on Tulsa, making it difficult for them to play out there. There's a man with a lot of experience, Jonathan Brown, age 31, ex-Cardiff City and Wrexham. So again, these are the players that you need, the experienced players, the ones that know what needs to be done in a match. You need them to help you get off to a good start.
And a player down here for OKC Energy. Looks like that's Hiroki Kuramoto. First-year player with OKC Energy, played every minute last season with Colorado Springs. Take a look at this, see if we can pinpoint where he got injured. It looked like Ayagua's knee went right into the side of his leg.
Exactly, I think what happened there, and it might be a dead leg, it might be a bit of bruising, but either way, it's taking him a little while to get up.
That cooling spray on it.
The magic spray, we call it.
We don't know what's in that bottle.
It could possibly be water. I think probably it's all psychological.
It's a pretty nice night, though, for soccer. 66 degrees in Oklahoma City. Won't get into those warmer temperatures for a few more weeks. As Kuramoto gets back to his feet, still rubbing at that spot. There's a look at Michael Encian. He was the interim coach in 2018, then was named the head coach before the 2019 season, so entering his third full season as head coach. The Tulsa, Oklahoma native, and he was asked about what Tulsa means to him. He absolutely loves this city, and in his picture in the game notes, he's holding the wrench, if that tells you anything about what this game means and what this club means to him.
Okay, rip it out of my hands if you can, OKC.
First of 4 matchups between these two here in 2021. They'll actually bookend this season against each other. They will face each other on the last day, October 30th. Ball played through Suarez, and Osman was just there to cut it off for his goalkeeper, Cochran.
Some good play there from Tulsa, so dangerous, and Dario Suarez always threatening around the edge of the box. Beautiful ball in, nearly on the end of it, and that's the threat that FC Tulsa carry.
Trying to go quickly here. Stevenson will slow things down. On the turn and the foul. Well, maybe to be expected, but so far a bit choppy, especially in possession for OKC Energy.
Yeah, they certainly are struggling to get a control of possession, but given the 7 new players in that team and there's a whole bunch of big-time players missing, and you would think that the likes of Charlie Ward, Frank Lopez, Jaime Chavez, and Zach Ellis-Hayden would have possibly started, then it is a tough start for the home side, but they've got to perform, especially given last season's problems. Just 12 goals in the entire season.
Corrales battling with Sunday, and that is out for a goal kick.
I think both coaches, you talk about the start, both coaches just saying how they expect passions to run high and emotions to run high, and that could be one of the toughest parts of this game as it goes on, is just making sure that everybody stays on the pitch.
And Michael Encian did say he thought it was good to jump right into things after a long preseason. Both teams in the lead up to this season, of course, with the pushed back start, but they are rearing to go, and they are ready to go here tonight. I'll play down the wing, choosing that right side. Suarez is in the middle. Cochran got his paw to it, and he'll look to distribute quickly, trying to go over the top, and it's quickly cut out.
Keeper doing well to read that, and they're going to need CJ today, I would think. It's going to be a very busy keeper. Once again, just not able to control the ball up front, not able to get any ball on the front foot, and they're grateful to their goalkeeper for keeping a sharp eye at the back.
Cochran out of his box again. Quite a bit of sweeper keeper for him in the first 21 minutes. Long throw in. Ayagua, fortunate deflection for Suarez, trying to slip that through. Bird on the follow-up attempt, gets a third. Da Costa's there. The flag now goes up. Delayed flag going up on the far side, and Rodrigo DaCosta, you could see he did not agree with that.
I'd like to see it again. There were so many chances there. Bird had a try, and DaCosta's trying to argue his case there, but only when we see it again will we be able to see very clearly what happens. Here's Bird with the shot, and as it goes there, he hits it way offside, DaCosta. Assuming, of course, it didn't come off a defender. And maybe that's what they're arguing about, saying that the initial shot came off a defender and therefore he wouldn't be offside. But again, Eric Bird hit the ball first, then it hits the player. The moment Eric Bird hits it, he's offside.
And I think that's exactly what he was talking to CJ Cochran about. He thought that with that deflection, maybe he would have been onside or played on, but not the case. And they'll start back again with a Cochran free kick.
But again, a warning to OKC. There was just too much going on around that box. Dario Suarez had a dip. Eric Bird had a shot. Yes, DaCosta scores from an offside position, but against a team as good as FC Tulsa, if you're going to give them too much possession, you're going to find yourself in all sorts of trouble.
This man's been on the ball quite a bit, Dario Suarez. Ayagua, head for Suarez. Dario Suarez deflected wide. Corner kick coming for FC Tulsa, first of the match.
Didn't quite connect it properly, did he, Dario Suarez? But they are threatening again. Let's have a look at it. See exactly, plays it inside. Lovely there, Ayagua gives it to him back. He just lines it up. He's got time. That's also something you can't give players around the edge of the box. That sort of time. Look at this. He takes it, looks up, and yes, he gets a bit of a deflection. I'm sure CJ won't be happy with how easy it was for Dario Suarez to get that shot in.
Here comes the corner kick towards the near post. And we'll do it again. There's Matt Sheldon crashing in, 13 in black. Joaquin Rivas stands over this corner kick once more. Rivas, the outswinger. This time over everybody's head. Bijev will let this roll out of play. First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC founding sponsor. Our 20 OKC Metro locations make banking convenient for you, especially when combined with our free worldwide ATMs, mobile banking, and mobile deposit. Visit First Fidelity Bank. We go where you go. Visit www.ffb.com today.
I was just watching those fans behind the goal a moment or two ago, and great to see fans back in the stadium.
No doubt.
And these are wonderful fans at OKC Energy. I'm just wondering how they see the colors of the kit, though, when they're all in green and white, and their new kit is, what is it? It's like a reddy pink with a green sort of, how would you describe it's not stripes even, is it? It's sort of zigzags.
It's Electric City. That's what the jerseys are called. So I guess we'll go with that. They're electric. Daniels stepping in to win it back for OKC. These teams met 3 times a year ago. A couple of draws, one on each field, and then a 3-2 win in Tulsa for FC Tulsa. A game in which John Pascarella got ejected from. He mentioned that on our call. He said that was a pretty chaotic game. He left and it was 2-1. And when the game ended, it was 3-2 in favor of FC Tulsa. And that was the decider, should mention, in who got the wrench for this season. So,
well, question for you, if there's 4 games, what happens if it's 2-2?
Well, it's all based on points, and then I think then there's tiebreakers from that.
Okay. So if we've got it all worked out, this wrench, it's a big thing to play for.
Absolutely. It's 2 great Oklahoma cities. I guess 2 Oklahoma cities, 2 Oklahoma towns. Is that how you say it when Oklahoma City's the name? I don't know.
I'm the foreigner here, so I'm leaving that one up to you.
Here's Vasilovic. And a giveaway in the midfield. Fortunate deflection. Now Daniels. With his eyes upfield. Trying to gain some time on the ball. Here's Bijev. We've hardly called Sean Lewis's name in goal tonight. OKC Energy still looking for that first shot of the game. On the turn, here is that first shot, and it's a one-hopper into the hands of Lewis.
Must be listening to you.
Speaking into existence, right?
That's good for OKC. We haven't seen them do much, but they're hunting around the box there. They look like they were able to put their foot in the ball a bit longer, and I'm sure that will give them some confidence, at least getting the first shot on target.
Corrales gets around Stevenson. It's wide for Suarez. Corrales got himself back on side. Gets the cross away towards the near post, plays dummy! Rivas finishes, and FC Tulsa scores! What a ball in from the left side. Rivas was there to finish it, and FC Tulsa 1-0 advantage.
A good finish, lovely ball in there from Corrales, absolutely brilliant. There was a bit of a dummy at the near post, and that allowed space for Joaquin Rivas just to smack that into the back of the net, the new signing. In fact, both new signings as such. Have a look here as Dario Suarez just waits, and you're quite rightly said that Corrales brings himself back into an onside position, head up, sees the near post, gets played in there, and it gets dummied. And it's a great dummy, because once it goes past the man at the near post, then he has all the time in the world, Joaquin Rivas, to finish that off. What a way to start his time back at the club, and it's number 16, Rodrigo da Costa, who does the dummy at the near post. So fantastic play from FC Tulsa. It sort of has been coming, to be fair, and they've got the breakthrough.
Beautiful first goal for FC Tulsa. Joaquin Rivas back with the club. He was second in goals scored coming in to this season in FC Tulsa history. That's now his 18th for the club, and of course he opens his account here in 2021 with a thunderous finish. All he had to do was just tap that one home. Now how does OKC Energy respond? Maybe does that wake them up a little bit? Long ball, trying to switch the play. Stevenson. Knocked out a play by Corrales.
That was a lovely switch of play, by the way. It's gone right across to Stevenson. He's brought that down. And you're right, they have to be a little bit more direct now, perhaps, OKC, because they've been on the back foot. They're 1-0 down, they're at home. It's on them to make it happen, and now they're going to have to, if necessary, knock long balls in, but just fight for the right to at least get some shots on target and make Sean Lewis work. Bit of pushing and shoving going on.
To be expected in a derby.
Absolutely to be expected. Be most disappointed if there wasn't. Actually, it's been quite a mild derby so far, but I've no doubt it's going to spice up as time goes on.
Energy FC would like to thank SSM Health St. Anthony for being the official healthcare partner and team docs for Energy FC, as well as the presenting partner for tonight's match. For 121 years, SSM Health St. Anthony has been ready to help and heal patients across Oklahoma City. Just past the half-hour mark. Joaquin Rivas' goal so far the difference.
Still hear the crowd chanting in the background, even though they're 1-0 down. So credit there, the OKC fans trying to help their team forward.
Rivas scored a big goal last year for St. Louis in the playoffs late in stoppage time in the second half against Hartford Athletic. That sent St. Louis on to the second round, where they were eventually ousted by Lou City.
What do you think of Rivas coming in and Kiesewetter as well, and along with existing good players like Eric Bird and Dario Suarez and Da Costa? You start to look at FC Tulsa and think, well, how far could they go this season? I mean, they could be right up there with some of the top teams.
It'll be the top 4 teams in each division that move on to the playoffs. You think they'll be right in the thick of things in this Central Division. You mentioned some of those teams, and the likes of Lou City, Indy 11, Birmingham Legion. See if there can be any surprise. Maybe this OKC Energy team, as they continue to gel in this 2021 season. Daniels was making the run down the line. It's knocked out of play by Mo Jadama. His second season back with Tulsa. The central defender made 16 appearances with Atlanta United 2 in 2020. Rivas now popping up on this left side. Da Costa. Sunday coming in, taking out the legs of Da Costa. Free kick.
Sunday's got to be careful there. He's lucky he hasn't got a yellow. He came in quite hard on a player who seemed to have control of the ball. And these days, got to be careful when you put your foot in. More and more now, you sort of try and sneak the ball away from players. You can't come in with hard tackles. Let's have a look. See, they come in. He sort of raised his foot a little bit, his right foot, which referees very quickly give you a card for that.
Take this one short down the line. Knocked out for another throw-in. Corrales. Oh, a good header there by Suarez, just to nod that along. Now Rivas on the volley! Oh, what a goal! Joaquin Rivas! A brace for Rivas, and it's 2-0 FC Tulsa!
Golazo, golazo, golazo. What a strike. You come back to the club, you have a second sort of debut, and you score 2 goals. One was a tap-in, but that is going to be one of the goals of the season. Let me take a look at this again. Long throw-in, gets knocked up in the air, and have a look there. He picks his spot, he angles it. CJ Cochran doesn't even move. He just drops to his knees here as he watches that go over his head. That is a brilliant strike, and already we have a candidate for goal of the season.
The dip, the swerve with the outside of the foot, everything about that had to be perfect. And yeah, shoot that arrow. A beautiful strike from Rivas.
Well, Coach Michael Ensign added a couple of players, Rivas being one of them, to take his team to a higher level. Well, he couldn't have bought a better player, judging by these first 36 minutes or so. 2 goals on your return to the club. Absolutely brilliant from Rivas.
An absolute keepsake for Joaquin Rivas in his return to Tulsa. He has fired his team ahead 2-0. And now if you're OKC Energy, some early adversity in this season. Down 2-0 to your rival on your home field on opening night. Not how they wanted things to start, especially after the disappointment of 2020.
You're 100% correct. And we said at the beginning, you want to wear, bright kits that stand out. Well, you have to stand out with the kit. And we haven't seen much yet, but to be fair, 7 new players takes time to gel. I'm just not sure that the crowd after a bad last season are going to give the team too much time to figure things out. So let's hope for their sake that they can get back into this game and start to build a bit of confidence.
Just one shot so far for OKC Energy. Score a great deal with the Brahms Family 4-pack. For only $49, you will get 4 match tickets to buy 2 buy one, get one free Brahms combo vouchers and 4 Energy FC hats. Visit energyfc.com/Brahms to pick up your Brahms Family 4-pack. Suarez. Here's Rivas, now sitting on a hat trick. A little shoulder there from Basulovic. Just letting him know he's there.
I think that's probably coming from frustration as well. Basulovic, he hasn't been able to get on the ball much. They've been so good, FC Tulsa, in play and in keeping possession, that it really must be difficult for players like Basulovic. Just a little shove. It's nothing nasty. He's got to be careful with the referee watching, you know, but players like Kurimoto with 30 years of age, Bijev 28, Basulovic 25, they would have expected a better start, as you quite rightly said, and it's going to be frustrating. Now they mustn't let their emotions get away with themselves, which is what Coach John Pasquarello was afraid of, because then all of a sudden you start getting bookings.
Oh, what a touch. Didn't stay in play, but what a touch. We have seen some great skill already from this Tulsa side inside of 40 minutes.
DaCosta with that, and obviously had the goal disallowed as well. And they really do have a lot of talent, FC Tulsa. Maybe that's why we can say to OKC they might have come up against a very good side in their opening match, but if you want to do well, you have to beat the good sides. And this is a big test for the home side. Can they come back from this situation? No reason why they shouldn't.
Oh, dangerous back pass there. Maybe the most danger that Lewis has been under so far tonight. Rivas knocks this down the line. Corrales. Out for another throw-in.
Rivas just pointing to a little bit of physicality there from Tucker Stevenson, and the refs brought the ref's attention to it. Ref's just having a little word. Maybe that's part of a derby, isn't it? The physicality.
No doubt. So stay in along the end line. Sunday will knock it clear. There's a push in the back and a free kick going OKC's way. Well, Energy FC is excited to welcome the Lincoln at Central Park Apartments as a proud partner of the club, the official home of Energy FC players. The Lincoln at Central Park Apartment Homes is the epitome of luxury apartment living in Oklahoma City. Looks like some pushing and shoving, and Corrales goes into the book. For more information, please call 405-759-5583. Mention promo code This Is Our City for special discounts.
Yeah, we couldn't quite see what happened there, but the referee suddenly ran across. Let's have a look here. Yeah, a little bit of time wasting and then pushing and shoving going on with Tucker Stevenson. Well, that's what we say for a derby or a derby. It's gonna get chippy at times. That's what we expect.
An eventful night for Corrales and his return to FC Tulsa. An assist and now a yellow card. Wide for Stevenson. Can get some of those electric jerseys in the box. Corrales, now Sunday. Cleared back down the other way.
Good pressure from Tulsa, forcing the long kick, and they win the header, making it, as I said earlier, making it very difficult for OKC to play out. Look at the number of black jerseys in that half of the pitch.
Osmond, get a wide for Coronado. Tulsa making things very difficult on this Energy FC side.
Sunday trying to steal a few yards there. Referee just brings him back.
All played over the top. Flag stays down. DaCosta gets it wide. Here comes Tulsa once more. All the way through, off the post. Great chance all the way down that right side. And it was Sheldon getting into an attacking position from his defensive responsibilities.
How was DaCosta's touch? Have a look at this. Brings it out over his shoulder, kills it stone dead. Absolutely brilliant. Sheldon in a great supporting position there. Goalkeeper actually makes the save. Give CJ Cochran credit there. That was going in, and he pushes that onto the post.
Just enough from Cochran. Another corner kick. The in-swinger. Coronado got his head to it. This one's knocked clear, and maybe a chance to counter. And then take it off the ball as we get into stoppage time. This stoppage time is brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony, here's a chance for OKC, and the shot is put well out of play. Did that take a deflection? It did. It will be a corner kick. SSM Health St. Anthony is ready for you, for the game, for the team, for the community. At a moment's notice, without hesitation, we're ready, and we're proud to be the Energy FC healthcare partner.
Well, that chance there coming from a bad kick out by Sean Lewis, and that's one of the best opportunities OKC have had, coming from Sean Lewis. Let's see what they can do with this.
Sent in. It was Osmond climbing the back of Bird, and another corner kick coming from the other side.
Wouldn't it be wonderful for OKC if they could just end the half with a goal, just to get themselves back into a match in which they've been outperformed by a fantastic Tulsa performance.
Daniels. Here comes the shot by Osmond. It's blocked down. Maybe a chance to counter now for Tulsa. Coronado puts this out of play.
It's going to be an important halftime chat from John Pasquarella here, because besides the 2 goals, there's been an offside goal, there's been a post. It has been Tulsa 100% in this first half, but it doesn't mean to say they can't come back in the second half. I just wonder how they're going to do it. Do they change formation? Do they bring on some early substitutions in the second half? And that the whole decision comes down to John Pasquarella as to what he feels will work with his team.
It's a bit of a short bench tonight with 2 goalkeepers and just 4 field players. So options somewhat limited for John Pasquarella. And that is the end of this first 45 minutes. 2 tremendous team goals. Well, one a good team goal, one just a brilliant individual effort. And Joaquin Rivas A first half brace for this FC Tulsa side. They lead 2-0.
Yeah, the golazo, the second one. What a strike it was. Yeah, no wonder he's getting a good response from the coaching staff. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Good team goal, and I'm sure Jorge Corrales delighted with his assist for the first goal to help him settle down with his new team. So, yeah, all positive for FC Tulsa. OKC, they've got to figure out what to do second half.
Well, we have hit halftime here at Taft Stadium, opening night, and a black gold derby, and it's going the way of the black and gold through 45 minutes. Joaquin Rivas with 2 goals, and they lead here at halftime. Stay tuned for our halftime show. It's OKC Energy. It's FC Tulsa on ESPN+.
Real commitment doesn't stumble. It doesn't hesitate. It's ready at a moment's notice. On the sidelines and in the stands. It leans in and gets loud. We're ready for you, for our club, for our city, for whatever comes next. We're SSM Health St. Anthony, and we're proud to be the official healthcare partners of the OKC Energy FC.
Drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros rock.
Halftime here in Oklahoma City. Halftime is brought to you by Brahms. Brahms has been serving delicious cheeseburgers made with 100% pure beef patties, along with their signature limeades and crinkle-cut fries, real hand-dipped ice cream, thick milkshakes, old-fashioned banana splits, and sundaes, all made with their farm fresh milk. Brahms, farm fresh for over 50 years, proud partner of the OKC Energy FC. Well, early doors here in the USL Championship, of course, this being opening night across the league. But what is to come for OKC Energy? Well, they'll be playing Atlanta United 2 a couple of times upcoming, but some interesting fixtures here in the early going.
Yeah, and I think it's important in these next 3 games to get good results, especially against teams that maybe aren't quite as good. Atlanta United 2, Sporting Kansas City 2, before they come up against Birmingham Legion and Memphis. And yes, as we've said, it's a new squad, lots of new players. It might take a little time to settle down.
It's all about that cohesion here in the early going, and 3 home games out of the next 5 for OKC Energy. On the other side for FC Tulsa, they will be on the road quite a bit here to start 5 of the first 6 and 7 of the first 10, but their first home game is next week.
Yeah, and I'm sure the fans would love to see them, especially after this first 45 minutes. And again, they've got some games that you would expect them to win, and others like Indy 11 that might be a lot tougher. But I'm not sure if Indy know what FC Tulsa's about and vice versa. So it'll be a nice meet and greet type of match.
Well, after tonight, they know that they can score some goals and some really good goals at that. This FC Tulsa side will be a really fun watch here in 2021. So that is what is to come for both of these teams here this season. But tonight, it is halftime at Taft Stadium. It's 2-0 to FC Tulsa. Joaquin Rivas, the goal scorer. Halftime, moving on here from Taft Stadium.
Hey, Diego takes the lead.
Goals are something we outline for ourselves, and oftentimes they can be pretty lofty. When things begin to line up the way we think they should, we appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
You deserve something sweet, like Brahms' new fancy sundaes. The sticky bun has the perfect hint of cinnamon, topped with smooth, hot caramel and pecans. There's the undeniably delicious cocoa banana ice cream covered in hot fudge and slices of banana. And who could resist 2 scoops of white chocolate strawberry tart filled with pound cake and more strawberries? Or French chocolate macaroon with marshmallow atop Brahms' freshly baked macaroon cookies. Try one or all 4 at Brahms, because you deserve it.
Night has fallen here in Oklahoma City, and a beautiful night at that, but it's 2-0 to FC Tulsa. The home fans hoping for a change of fortunes come the second 45 minutes. But around the USL Championship, of course, the season just getting started. As we look at the season format, we went through it before, but just to remind you, 32 games over 28 weeks, 4 divisions in 2 conferences, and the top 4 of each division will advance to the playoffs, and they will face their corresponding division in their conference, and it's all leading up to the USL Championship Final on November 28th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Around the USL, as we kick this season off, news and notes from around the USL Championship. USL and SiriusXM. Oh, we get to hear Mike Watts and Devin Kerr on the radio more.
Please. No. They're both great, so it's well worth listening to. Make sure you diarize that one in your head.
And Marshawn Lynch, how about that, joining the Oakland Roots ownership group. And are Phoenix Rising favorites to win it again? Well, 538 thinks so. Do you think they could be the favorites this year?
Look, judging from last season, I think they're favorites every year, Phoenix Rising. But there's new teams that are coming up with good players. And again, Tulsa, if that's an example of how teams have improved since last year, then there might be a couple that will challenge Phoenix Rising.
It'll be interesting to see Rising with so many new faces, but some of those same faces from last year. And speaking of Phoenix Rising, they'll be on ESPN2 next Friday night. They'll take on Landon Donovan's San Diego Loyal. That'll be a tasty one.
Because Landon was making good progress last season, and they were in a super tough group. Difficult for them to get through, but they could be even better this season, San Diego, in which case Phoenix Rising might be in for a tough battle.
And up next for OKC Energy, as we said, Atlanta United 2, and FC Tulsa will host Sporting Kansas City 2, all coming next week. So just 2 games this weekend in the championship, but we'll really start to kick it into high gear here in the next few weeks. And here in Oklahoma City, it's halftime, 2-0 to FC Tulsa. Second half right on the other side.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this going to take? Am I too old to do this? What am I going to look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now. I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
You're about to witness a momentous occasion. Introducing the power of a better cloud. Brought to you by Cox Business Cloud Solutions with rapid scale technology. And the migration is complete. IT professionals are thrilled because when seemingly nothing is happening, everything is happening. Introducing Cox Business Cloud Solutions with rapid scale technology, the power of a better cloud.
Welcome to Love's. Here, technology drives us. That's why we research technology advancements in our own labs. It's why we're constantly developing new tools to improve the ways you move. Ways that lead to safer, more efficient travel. Here at Love's, we believe that technology drives us all forward. Love's, working to bring innovation to the highway.
Getting set for the second 45 minutes from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. 2-0 to the roadside in this black gold derby to start the 2021 season. Let's take a look at those first half highlights, and there weren't many for Oklahoma City as it was mostly one-way traffic going the way of FC Tulsa.
Yeah, this is Dario Suarez on the ball here, and Eric Bird has a shot. And as he hits it here, the question is, does he hit it? Does it come off a defender? In the end, DaCosta is deemed to have been in an offside position, and it's probably the right call because it looked like Eric Bird shot the ball and then it got deflected. But for a moment, they thought, yeah, the bench jumped up and thought they had scored. Well, they didn't have too long to wait, did they?
Well, in the 29th minute, this was when the goal would happen. And look at Corrales keeping himself onside as OKC tried to bring their lineup, but look at this dummy at the near post. A beautiful part of this goal.
Yeah, DaCosta again, and he knew exactly where Joaquin Rivas was. He knew that if he left it, Rivas would get it, and because of that, Rivas wasn't too tightly marked, stuck it in the back of the net.
And in the 36th minute, you said it, maybe one of the goals of the year, potentially. There's a candidate here on opening night.
Golazo, golazo, golazo. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, you know, to get that right, to get that dip, that volley, that position. CJ Cochran just looks back and goes, seriously?
Another long ball over the top,
touch.
and yeah, look at that first touch. And this was Sheldon getting all the way forward.
And CJ actually tipped that onto the post. That's going here. We'll see it from this angle. That is going in, and the goalkeeper gets a magnificent hand onto that.
It's a strong left hand there from Cochran. You look at the stats, the possession in favor of OKC Energy, but the shots are going the way of FC Tulsa.
Yeah, and that's all that counts. You can have all the possession in the world. It's what you do with it that counts. And certainly Tulsa, even with the 3 shots on target, it doesn't tell you how good they've been in possession, how sharp they are around the box. And by the way, they've got Kiesewetter on the bench.
Yeah, could we see him in this second 45 minutes? One of those big signings coming in for this black gold derby. It's been going on for a few years now, and we take a look at some of the history. It's been going the way of OKC Energy. They've won 4 of the 6, but so far so good in the way of FC Tulsa.
Yeah, well, it could be back-to-back years for FC Tulsa. It's certainly looking that way at the moment, but OKC fans, believe in your side. They've got the potential to come back. They're going to have to put in a fantastic 45 minutes to turn this result around.
All right, now the wrench in the hands of FC Tulsa in this black gold derby going on now for the 7th year running. OKC leading the series with 9 wins out of the bunch. Well, there is the goal scorer, Joaquin Rivas. A beautiful team goal for his first, and then a beautiful individual effort for his second. We welcome those of you who have been watching Lou City against Atlanta United 2, a win for Lou City on opening night. We got 45 more minutes to go here at Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. With the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. Happy to be with you on opening night of this USL Championship season 2 games across the league tonight, and many more coming your way here in the coming weeks. The teams will switch ends. OKC Energy in those Electric City jerseys. I know you want to get your hands on one of those. And FC Tulsa in the classy black and gold. Our referee is Ismir Pekmic. He blows his whistle. Here we go. 45 more minutes from Oklahoma City. And can the home side mount a comeback here in this black gold derby to start off this 2021 season?
And it's an important 45 minutes for OKC. They had a bit of a tough preseason. They got 4 put past them by Dallas, another 5 put past them by, what was the other team they played preseason?
Houston?
Austin.
Oh, Austin as well, yeah. Another Texas team.
So, yeah, so that, you know, and that knocks your confidence a little bit. Now, if they start off in the black and gold derby and they lose that, you know, it's hard to pick yourself up from there. So, very important that even if they don't win it, that OKC at least get themselves back in the match and give a decent account of themselves.
Here comes Tulsa, trying to start this second half much like they ended that first. Cross comes in from Suarez, and it is dealt with. And now OKC trying to clear it away, and unsuccessfully. Sheldon is knocked out of play.
Risky ball to play in the box there from OKC, and Sheldon nearly takes it away. And you know, he's winning a ball right on the edge of the box. He could be so careful, OKC. I know they want to play good football, but sometimes the safest thing to do is just boot it down the pitch, move everybody up, and try and win the knockdown ball.
And I have to mention it because it is close to home for me. Matt Sheldon, a Bellevue, Washington native.
And a YouTube star, isn't he?
And a YouTube star, and a podcaster. He's a man of many talents.
I believe he's got a great future in the media, but his first focus, of course, is on this match tonight.
16 starts a year ago in his 3rd season with FC Tulsa here in 2021. We've talked about the chances or lack thereof for Oklahoma City here in the first 45 minutes. A year ago, they had the lowest expected goals number in the USL Championship at just 16.43. That's from American Soccer Analysis. They played 16 games. They only had 16.43 expected goals. That is not quite the number you exactly want.
And only scored 12 from that. The second lowest out of 35 teams. Only Loudoun United less than them. And that's why they got the likes of Vijam Bijev, and they hope that he would add something going forward. And alongside the likes of Basulovic is in his 2nd season. So they have bought with a view to attacking a little bit more. Let's see what they can do in this next 45.
Basulovic taken off the ball by Sheldon. Bird can't keep it in play.
At least it's a positive start for the home side. They seem to be on the front foot from the get-go. And Coach John Pasquarello was saying, you know, with this home field, Taft Stadium, the turf, and the fact it's a narrow pitch, that should be to the home side's advantage.
And a foul that goes against the captain, Connor Donovan. His first season with OKC Energy, coming over from North Carolina FC. Bourgeois, the captain for Tulsa. And now here's Rivas. Ayagua. Garcia plays this in behind. Looking for the cross. Just stabbed away. Donovan coming all the way out to deal with this. Appeal for handball. Rivas nearly picked that up. A bit awkward at the back, but Cochran comes sliding in to save the day.
Good goalkeeping, nice and positive. Gets his hand around that, kills off the danger. And once again, they're looking very sharp up front, Tulsa. It's going to need a very good defensive performance by OKC to keep out this vaunted attack, especially when you think they can bring Kiesewetter on second half. And he is some player, 10 goals in his first 10 for El Paso back in 2019.
He came onto the scene that year with just some great form. Here's Suarez. Bourgeois. All the way to the end line. Gets the cross away. Headed away by Osman. And it looked like that went out for a goal kick. Energy FC wants to thank Tropical Smoothie Cafe for helping feed our players and for being a proud partner of Energy FC. Check out one of their 15 Oklahoma City metro locations or visit tropicalsmoothiecafe.com to get your smoothies delivered.
Nice switch of play here from OKC, from one side of the pitch to the other and coming back again. This is better play, good control of the ball, good possession, making FC Tulsa work and chase them.
Donovan. Bijev taken off the ball and taken down. Foul going the way of now OKC Energy.
The big boys are going forward. See Osmond working his way up there. Have a look, Bijev just trying to shield the ball. Nothing serious in that, but a free kick nonetheless. Big boys move forward. And if you have to score from a set piece to get yourself back in the match, you'll take anything if you're OKC.
By any means possible at this point. Rob Coronado will swing his left foot through this. Trying to clip this in. Donovan is right into the middle and then cleared away. An appeal for a handball, and a big appeal at that. Osman got the last touch on it for OKC.
Well, there's no VAR to help out, so if the ref doesn't see it, that's the end of the discussion, but that's a lot more positive from OKC, and a chance.
All the way through Coronado, and it was an awkward bounce that put it out of play. And let's go back and look at that handball. Let's see if there was a gripe.
It's a long ball to the far post here. It gets knocked back in. And let's have a look. Ooh, there is. Yep. If there was VAR in this game, that would be a penalty.
Oh, yeah. Away from the body. Absolutely. That's just one of those tough breaks if you're OKC Energy. Nothing you can do about it now, as you said.
But it's better from the home side. We saw more attack in that last minute than we saw in the entire first half, and that was positive. Big balls into the box. As I say, it doesn't have to be pretty. As long as you get knocked down ball and you can fight for things, and it was Tucker Stevenson who knocked it back into the box there, so much better from OKC.
More time on the ball for Energy FC.
Still hear the crowd chanting in the background. Wonderful home support for OKC, even though they're 2-0 down. Fans willing them to get back into this game.
And the referee calls this one back. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Long ball over the top, just trying to go route one here. Is dealt with by FC Tulsa. Rivas. And Bird loses it in the middle. Loss of possession, and Tulsa can look upfield. Long run forward, Cochran coming out, knocking it away with his right foot. The pressure staying on, Bird. As Rivas was continuing his run, looking for that hat trick.
Yeah, it was a nice one too from Joaquin to Bird. Bird's return pass, not the best, but again, it takes CJ Cochran a minute or so ago to come out and relieve the pressure. They are so good, Tulsa, creating opportunities around the box, and OKC's one chance has come from a long free kick. So hey, if Route 1 football is the only way you beat a team, can you adapt and play Route 1 football for a little while? I'm not saying that John Pasquarello would like to play that way. It just might be the only way back into this match.
With missing a guy like Jaime Chavez, who's kind of that hold-up striker, bigger frame, he could be a guy that you're missing on this night for sure.
Yeah, but they haven't got him. They haven't got Charlie Ward, Frank Lopez, Zach Ellis-Hayden. That's just the way it is. So with the players you have, what can you do? How can you get yourself back in? As I say, the one big chance was a long ball. Tucker Stevenson knocks it back in. There's a penalty appeal. And to be fair, it should have been a penalty.
Yep.
But, you know, referees don't have VAR. They don't even have television. They've got to, you know, call what they see. And it's very difficult to see that, you know, so quickly in those circumstances. You're a referee, Josh. You know that.
I dabble. Long over the top. Bijev, another appeal for handball. Referee sees this one. Free kick, Energy FC. And a yellow card to go along with it for the captain, Bourgeois.
Yep, no question. It's a handball. Referee deems it worthy of a yellow. And again, you've got a set piece situation. Get the big boys in. Let's see what you can do. Again, here's the long ball. It worked. That's two long balls, and they've got something out of each of them. I'm not saying it's pretty. I'm sure the fans don't really care. They just want to see OKC score a goal and get back in this match.
Well, the last set piece was, as you said, it may be their best chance of the match so far. Let's see what they can conjure up here as we pass 57 minutes played. Good look at it from there. Brown and Coronado eyeing this one as Lewis sets the wall.
You can see Lewis just lining up the second last man in the wall with his post so that the last man is outside of the post. Lewis will keep an eye on the other side of the goal. So if Brown or whoever takes this wants to score, they're going to get it up over the wall and down again.
Nobody laying behind the wall, so we've seen a goal earlier around the country scored under the wall. Let's see what Brown can do here. It's Jonathan Brown right off the wall and out of play. The wall did its job.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. You've got to get it over the wall first and then get enough dip to bring it down. Sometimes the likes of Leo Messi make it look very easy, but it's an extremely difficult skill to get right. And you'll see Brown just didn't get quite enough height to get it over initially. Comes off, not sure who it came off with, Kevin Garcia.
Yep. Ball sent in, back post. And it is cleared away. Osmond didn't know where the ball was. It's at the feet of Jonathan Brown. His cross right off the chest of Garcia, and he clears it away. Have you ever had to stand in a wall? I mean, as a goalkeeper, I would probably think the answer is no.
No, I'm always behind the wall. I've shouted at the wall enough times to move or to get the angles right. And of course, if they turn their back within the wall, which we've seen some of the top players in the world do at times, Barcelona did that with our very own Dest turning his back and allowing a ball to hit him and go in. That's what you don't want as a keeper. You want all the wall to stand big and straight and square and take the hit.
Your teammates will thank you later.
Yeah.
Long throw in coming from Bourgeois. This takes bounce. Donovan. Suarez is there. Cochran got up to keep it in play.
Well, Cochran's been man of the match for OKC so far, the way I would see it. He's had a lot to do. He's been quick around the box. No chance with the Golasso, and no chance with the other goal either from Joaquin Rivas. And in between that, he's made a whole bunch of saves. Now, the only question is, can his teammates take advantage of that and get a goal and get themselves back in this game?
Oh, good touch. Ayagua coming from behind. Now it's DaCosta. Sheldon was making the long run forward. Bird looking to keep the ball here for Tulsa. Now Garcia, and he's fouled by Brown. Bird in behind. Here's Sheldon. Going to turn around Coronado. Top of the box to Costa. Goes to ground. And the referee says not so fast.
See how clean that was. Bird down the line. Lovely ball. Sheldon gathers. Brings it inside. DaCosta's in the box causing problems. They're so good, Tulsa, creating opportunities. They make it look easy.
Right past the hour mark here from Taft Stadium. The 2 first-half goals from Joaquin Rivas still holding up here with 30 minutes to go. Osmond dislodged that ball, and now a long switch of play. Bijev. William Bijev into the middle. Daniels. Stevenson. Trying to keep the ball and keep it moving from OKC. Well, they are having a tough time breaking down this midfield and back line for FC Tulsa.
I'm just wondering why, when Sunday gets the ball out wide, he doesn't try and whip a ball into the box, because they have got some joy from that. Look at the number of black shirts back. They're not making it easy to play through, so maybe the long ball is the only route to get to goal.
And those 3 big center backs with the 3-back system that Michael Encian has deployed tonight. Another switch of play. Bijev. John Pasquarello says he likes him in these 1v1s. Challenge coming from behind. Referee deems it okay. Bijev keeps it alive. Osmond. He'll switch the play once again, but Dario Suarez was reading that perfectly.
It's all pretty football from OKC, but Sean Lewis is standing there. He hasn't had a save to make all night virtually. He's like, well, guys, if you want to keep playing it out there, be my guest. You know, we're 2-0 up. You've got to be a little bit more direct if you're OKC, and the pretty football's only fine to a point. You need an end product.
Looked like a rugby scrum on that far side.
It did a bit.
Sure, FC Tulsa just content to let OKC pass it in front of them as they just sit back and defend. At some point, OKC Energy going to need to find that breakthrough if they want a path back in this game.
And what an end it would be if they did. I'm sure all the neutrals watching are thinking, come on, OKC, get one. Let's make a real game of this. A local derby at 2-1. It would be a hell of an ending to the game.
And a yellow card will be issued to Rafael Ayagua.
Is that now 3 Tulsa players on yellows?
It is.
Going to have to tread a little bit carefully. That was the one thing both coaches said before the game when we chatted to them. They just wanted players to manage the emotions and not get sent off. Well, if you're ready on a yellow, it just takes one. Yeah, there's a bit of a high boot there from Ayagua. Have a look here. Oh, on the knee as well. That's going to get you a yellow every time.
And those are 3 pretty crucial players in Corrales, Bourgeois, and Ayagua, the 2 wingbacks, and now a central midfielder. We see some alterations here pretty quickly for Michael Encian.
Talking of subs, I would think that even though OKC don't have much on the bench, it might be time to bring some fresh legs on. Coach John Pasquarello was saying that there's a couple of players, including Bijev, who weren't 100% ready for the start of the season, maybe don't have 90 minutes in themselves. Maybe 64, 65 is about all they can muster.
Vasulovic. Ramoto there to clean it up. Seems right when they get into that area of the field, that's when they look back the other way and then look to rotate it.
Well, it's very good defending from FC Tulsa. Let's say that up front. Look at the black shirts working, but I always think once you get wide and you're halfway in the opponent's half, then just whip the ball into the box, see what could happen. Certainly it forces the defenders to defend. It forces the goalkeeper to have to make some decisions, which, to be fair, Sean Lewis hasn't had to make hardly any decisions so far, and we're 65 minutes into the match.
And maybe you get a mistake, you never know.
100%. You know, it's a turf pitch, it's not a grass pitch, and a lot of players might slightly misread the bounce.
Here's Daniels. Osman plays it behind Donovan, who has to chase. Bird plays this in behind. A roll back for Cochran. On the first of 18 nationally televised regular season games, there's Friday, April 30th on ESPN2 as Phoenix Rising welcomes in San Diego Loyal, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Next Friday, that's April 30th, 9 Central. Coronado. Stevenson, as Coronado got taken down. Let's see where this free kick will go. And it looks like it will go against Oklahoma City.
Matty Sheldon there being awarded the free kick. But it was positive, a bit more positive from OKC. They certainly are pushing into Tulsa's half. But again, that might be because Tulsa 2-0 up, but just sitting back going, okay, well, see if you can break us down.
Energy FC is proud to welcome Social Capital as the official watch party location for the 2021 season. Bring your family and watch every Energy FC away match at the #1 rated craft beer bar in Oklahoma by Forbes magazine and craftbeer.com. Social Capital boasts 120 independent craft beers on tap, a variety of cocktails and wine, a full menu of street tacos, and more with Oklahoma City's largest rooftop patio. Yagua got his head to it.
That was a long ball, and it caused a few problems, and it's still bouncing around. Again, I agree, it's not pretty, but it certainly gave OKC a little bit of an attack there.
And here is the man you've been talking about all night long. Jerome Kiesewetter will make his Tulsa debut. He will replace Rafael Yagua, who just picked up that yellow card a few minutes ago.
Well, if things are bad for OKC, they just got a touch worse, I would suggest.
Yeah, this guy can score some goals, of course. Over 10 years playing in Germany. Hertha Berlin, one of those clubs he played for. And coming over to USL Championship in 2019 for El Paso Locomotive. You talked about his goal-scoring prowess that year, 10 goals.
In his first 10 games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And last year with Inter Miami, split time with Fort Lauderdale CF in USL League One. Chance for Kiesewetter to stretch his legs here for the final 20 or so minutes.
Come on, OKC, give us a goal, give us a grandstand finish in this black and gold derby.
Daniels trying to keep this move going. It's still Daniels. Wide for Stevenson. Lunging in and losing out. He's trying to come from behind now, but Bird gets it away.
Tulsa very, very deep now. Everybody in their own half, just defending that 2-goal lead, setting it up and saying to OKC, if you can break us down, which with passes like that, they're not going to. And then Tulsa will look for the odd breakaway, catch them on the counter if they can, especially with Kiesewetter in.
We know possession is always one of those stats you look at. Well, it's the losing team could have way more possession, but if you look at it in this second half, 70% of the possession has gone to Oklahoma City. And that just shows you that Tulsa content to sit back and defend and keep this 2-0 advantage.
It's always a question, what do you do with the possession, firstly, and secondly, where do you have it? If you have it in your own half, it means absolutely nothing. I would like a stat that says possession in the final third of the pitch. That might be useful.
This free kick might be useful for Oklahoma City. Eric Bird picking up the foul. And a chance for somebody in one of those pink and green jerseys to swing one in here.
Yeah, Mitchell Osman, Connor Donovan, any of the big boys. Let's have a look at how this is given away. Well, I sort of thought Eric Bird got his body in front of the ball. Maybe it's deemed to have been a body check. But either way, if you get one of the big boys on the end of this and you score a goal, you're back in this game big time.
Daniels and Coronado. They're an in-swinger or an out-swinger. Daniels will send this in. Back post run. Took a bounce in the box. On the follow-up, the shot is skied out of play.
Again, it does cause all sorts of problems, doesn't it? And they nearly got something out of it.
And a sub coming on. It'll be Kodai Ida. And it will be Arun Basulovic who will make way.
Some fresh legs, someone to run around in the pitch, a bit of extra energy. That's what they need, and maybe more than one sub. But as you mentioned, that bench very thin because of injuries. So it does limit John Pascarella's options.
7 appearances last year with Oklahoma City for Ida. Kurimoto. Now 2 Japanese internationals on the pitch for OKC Energy. Kurimoto trying to play down the line for Ida. Flying in. Will this be a card? Will be a free kick going OKC's way.
Yeah, we just wonder if it's going to start getting a little bit more physical now. As you get towards the end of the game, tempers start to fray a little bit. Let's have a look at it again. Not much there, just a bit of pushing and shoving, nothing nasty at this stage. But again, the set piece, another chance to float something in there and just hope it drops to a pink-green zigzag striped shirt. And then they've got a chance to get a shot on target and give Sean Lewis something to do tonight.
Electric City for sure.
Electric, sorry, my bad. Electric City shirt.
It's Bijev who stands over this set piece. A quarter of an hour to go. Bijev trying to pick out Osman, goes straight up into the air. Ida trying to keep this alive. It's knocked to that far side. Another cross coming in towards the penalty spot. Stevenson got a touch. Osman goes down, and Tulsa clears their lines.
Oh, was that a penalty as well? Did Osman look for the contact, or was he stopped? That definitely is a foul. Oh, and I tell you what, the follow-up foul as well.
Well, it looked like a yellow card given to Sheldon. Now it's starting to heat up. I'm not sure if Eric Bird heard the whistle or not. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
This is better from OKC. They're fighting, they're getting back in it, and what a difference Kodai's made coming onto the pitch. Some real pace. And here's this chance. Just felt his first touch there, Tucker Stevenson. It was a bad first touch. Ooh, I don't know if that is.
That's a close one.
Let me have a look again. Can't see through all the bodies. Oh, I tell you what, I do think that Joaquin Rivas has got his foot in the way of a player taking a strike. Again, I think it's a penalty. That's the second good penalty shout they've had, and both have been turned down.
The first one, the handball.
Definite.
That one maybe a little bit more gray area.
In fairness to the referee, very hard to see.
Agreed.
Even that one's difficult to see.
Bijev once again, good ball in, and OKC pull one back. A big goal by Connor Donovan on his club debut. And here we go, 15 minutes to go, 2-1 Tulsa.
It's what we've been asking for, OKC. We said get the ball in there, get the big men in there, get a goal and bring this game to life, and they've done exactly that. The fans are delighted. We have game on.
The shape on this ball in from Bijev, here it is again.
Yeah, it's a perfect ball in, but it's hard to stop a big central defender when he gets away from you there. Kevin Garcia was marking him, but if the ball's good in the box, if the run is good, it's very, very hard to stop a big man like Connor Donovan. And that is so crucial. And like I said, it doesn't matter how you get back in the match. They're now back in, and now we will see all sorts of things happening because the passions start rising, the crowd are up for it, the players are buzzing. Here we go.
You got to get that first one before you can get that second one, and they're halfway there now with about 13 minutes to go.
The green smoke bomb has been let off. I don't know if they have a pink and green one these days, but green will have to do. Those electric shirts, maybe they've brought some electricity into this match.
And how does the game plan from FC Tulsa change at all? We mentioned that possession stat. They've had the ball just 30% of the time. Haven't had, pardon me, too many opportunities in this second 45. Let's see if the thinking changes for Michael Encian.
And maybe if there was a criticism, or if there is a criticism rather of Tulsa, is that while they've been 2-0 up and they've had possession, they haven't really countered with much pace. They haven't really created too many opportunities. They've been happy to sit on a 2-0, which, of course, is a decent lead. But all the time, you want to see if you can just counter and get that third one and kill the match off. They haven't been able to do that. And now they've got a real battle on their hands.
Long ball over the top. Daniels playing chase. Oh, brilliant to keep that in play. Here's Ida. Kodai Ida, saved by Lewis. Coronado got a touch to it and too heavy.
Well, Sean Lewis wanted more to do. He's now got it. Good save, pushes it out. Once again, there were bodies there, OKC bodies on the edge of the box, and just not able to bring that ball under control. Daniels, maybe he could have had a better first touch, but Sean Lewis at last getting something to do there. Pushes it out. Have a look at Daniels there. Oh, poor first touch, isn't it? In a great position.
Now OKC, they've woken up. Bijev. Now to find some space, Donovan for Sunday. John Brown taking off the ball. A few black jerseys converge.
I'm just wondering at this stage whether maybe 1 or 2 more subs for Tulsa might help, because you know, there's some tired legs out there. They've done a lot of running in the second half, defending, and there are bodies on the bench to bring on. I just think that especially for your first game of the season, think fresh legs suddenly bring a whole new energy back into the team.
We should mention, though, they are without stalwarts from a year ago, and Marlon Santos and Lebo Moloto. The likes of Lucas Coutinho, Kieran Winters could provide some midfield legs.
Yeah, Moloto's a big loss for them. He was a real powerhouse in midfield, and especially as an attacking midfielder. But as you mentioned, they have other options on the bench. I think there's some tired legs out there. Just looking at Joaquin Rivas in the middle, he looked very tired just now as he was chasing down one of the balls, loose balls.
Looking for that long ball again. Trying to pick out Stevenson. They'll try to go quick, Coronado. Bijev able to keep it in play, dancing in field. Bilian Bijev. Daniels tries to lift this in for Ida. Fight for it in that corner. Will stay in play. Garcia has to concede a throw-in.
Good pressure from OKC. Much, much better second half. They really look a decent side now, and they're pressurizing, and let's see if they can get some ball in the box.
Here comes a ball. Stevenson had his shot blocked. Donovan over his head, flicked forward. Stevenson goes down. Lewis collects it, and back to Tulsa it goes.
He was looking for the penalty, Stevenson, but not given, and the coach is having a few words there. John Pasquarella saying, surely this time it's a penalty. But again, just balls knocked in over the back. You don't have to feed the perfect pass through. It was Connor Donovan who just whipped it over his shoulder into the space there. Tucker Stevenson quick to respond, got in front of his marker. And that was nearly a penalty and nearly a one-on-one chance. So much more direct. It seems to suit OKC, this direct ball.
Well, First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC founding sponsor. Our 20 OKC Metro locations make banking convenient for you, especially when combined with our free worldwide ATMs, mobile banking, and mobile deposit. First Fidelity Bank, we go where you go. www.ffb.com. Now Bijev. Bijev cutting in field, shot blocked. Good job to keep his hands behind his back.
Bijev is very good on the edge of the box, isn't he? He's got some great skills. I just wondered if, rather than shoot, he could have just given a cross into the box, but either way, he's a real threat if he can get ball around the edge of that Tulsa 18-yard area.
Daniels. So funnel back for Sean Lewis.
Sean Lewis is taking his time picking up the ball, just beginning to work that clock down. They can see the end in sight, Tulsa. And after dominating and looking absolutely fantastic first half, they've been a little bit on the ropes in the second half.
Heavy pass there from Coronado. Looks like that's Sam Rogers getting ready to make his Energy FC debut here on the near touchline. Another long ball from Donovan. Stevenson able to win that second ball.
It's amazing how that worked. The long ball, it was headed by the Tulsa defense, picked up by Stevenson on his own on the edge of the box, and now they've got a throw in here. It just seems to be the easiest way for OKC to play through this Tulsa team. Extremely difficult. They're well organized, they're good players of the ball. To knock it over the top, that seems to be what's opening the door for OKC.
Coronado. Now some room to run. Suarez. Gets it into a wide position. Here comes Tulsa. Cross comes in. Back post. Rivas will turn around and have a go again. Joaquin Rivas cuts in field. Big save. Cochran out for a corner.
There's another good save from Cochran. He's made a whole ton of them in this match. And Rivas wasn't quite sure there whether he should try and whip it around the goalkeeper, but good play at last from FC Tulsa, seeing them in the attack, just waiting to see where CJ was. Comes back, lifts up his head again here. Rivas, should he shoot? No, comes inside and eventually gets a shot. Goalkeeper blocks it. And that must be, well, a whole dozen or so saves probably that CJ Cochran has made in this match.
Rivas swings this in, back post, who's headed down. Cochran has to pick himself up. Another shot blocked down by Cochran. Jadama sends this back in again, deflects around, and it's in! Tulsa have stolen a goal! 3-1, and it's Dario Suarez!
That's a very strange goal, isn't it? CJ does so well, blocks it a couple of times, and eventually comes out and almost kicks it against Dario Suarez. Question is, could the goalkeeper have scooped it up and held on to it? I'd like to see it again, but credit Tulsa. They've been on the ropes, and they've come back in these last 5 minutes and created a couple of opportunities and now got one in the back of the net. Let's have a look. CJ stretching there, doesn't get it, but I think he's going to make the save here. It goes out, gets back up. Ball's going to get chipped in. Yeah, he's not quite sure. He's not quite sure if Dario Suarez is going to get it here. Doesn't get his hands ready, kicks it, and kicks it against Dario Suarez into the back of the net. And I hate to blame the keeper because CJ's had a fantastic match, but difficult situation for him. But he must hold his hands up somewhere along the line. Maybe just say it was a lucky one for Dario Suarez.
I think the conversation with John Pascarella, who was just talking with the fourth official, assistant coaches still talking as well. Looks like that's Lee Weidman. And they're talking, I think, to see if Kiesewetter, he was standing there, he was in an offside position. Did he influence the play? I think they're going to go with the goal. You can see the reaction from Cochran.
Well, I can tell you this, he influenced the play because Cochran couldn't catch it because he was waiting to see whether it was either Suarez or Kiesewetter would get a touch.
So let's see where Kiesewetter is.
See, Suarez on the ground there, lifts his foot up. Now, if he was in an offside position when the ball was kicked, absolutely he's interfering with the goalkeeper. I just don't know if he was offside, and I can't see from that angle. So, again, you know, when you have VAR, you can slow these things down and take a look, but for the officials, they've got an instant view. They're going to make a decision. In this case, it goes against OKC.
And here is Kieran Winters on to make his FC Tulsa debut. He'll replace the most recent goal scorer in Dario Suarez. Great moment for the 19-year-old Winters out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was the first academy signing for the club in 2020, and then the first academy player to earn a pro contract here in 2021. And the former SKC academy player will make his pro debut tonight for FC Tulsa.
That's wonderful to see, and congrats FC Tulsa for bringing these young players through. And it looks like the match is pretty much wrapped up now, so it's the perfect time for him to come on, just get a taste of what it's like in the big time.
OKC Energy fans, don't forget to visit one of the 9 Oklahoma City area Panera Bread locations. You can visit them online at PaneraBread.com for pickup or delivery right to you, your favorites, only at Panera. And a foul and a little push from Stevenson.
Yeah, Stevenson just getting a little bit annoyed there with the double goal scorer Joaquin Rivas. And Rivas probably, yeah, DaCosta's doing him a favor by saying just get away, we're 3-1 up, you don't need to get involved now. Take a deep breath. And Stevenson, you got to give Stevenson credit. He has worked really hard. He's pushed and shoved and got in there as much as possible. Be careful when you raise your hands, though.
Well, they just scored a goal from a similar position, and Bijeb stands over this set piece once again. Miljan Bijev. This one punched away and then cleared away.
Good goalkeeping from Sean Lewis. Not an easy ball to deal with. It's falling into the box. Comes and at least he gets a punch on the end of it.
And now we get into stoppage time, and this stoppage time brought to you by SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony is ready for you, for the game, for the team, for the community, at a moment's notice, without hesitation. We're ready, and we're proud to be the Energy FC healthcare partner. 4 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this 90 minutes.
Yeah, they're almost there, FC Tulsa. They've done the job. That third goal was absolutely crucial. It's just taken all the pressure off. At 2-1, it was hanging in the balance. At 3-1, pretty much job done.
Here's Winters. And I go back to that save by C.J. Cochran in the first half on Matt Sheldon, where he just got that left hand to it. That really kept OKC in this game until, of course, Dario Suarez provided the knockout punch just a few minutes ago. But that was a big moment just to keep this close and keep the hope alive for Energy FC.
And to be fair to OKC, they've had 2 very good penalty appeals, maybe even a third, of which, if there was VAR, one would definitely have been given for the handball, and possibly even a second. So on a different night, yeah, perhaps OKC would have got something out of this, but given how well FC Tulsa played first half, it probably is the right result to see them go home with the 3 points.
I think if you ask Michael Encian if there's still a little bit more from his team that he can see, I think he could provide a few items. But on night number 1, it looks like it'll be win number 1.
And for OKC, they've just got to be positive. They've got a lot of important players missing. We mentioned them a few times, but again, Jaime Chavez, Charlie Ward, Frank Lopez, Zach Ellis-Hayden, all potential starters. Well, when they come back, and when this team, with all these 7 new signings that started the game today, get to know each other a bit better, they could still be a force to be reckoned with this season.
I think if you're John Pasquarelli, you want to replicate this second half just over a full game.
Yep, the first half is what Michael Encian would like to replicate for FC Tulsa, because they were absolutely brilliant.
Kiesewetter in an offside position. Up next for OKC Energy, a visit from Atlanta United 2, who fell tonight to Lou City in Louisville. As for FC Tulsa, they will head home and take on Sporting Kansas City 2. It'll be their first match of this 2021 season.
Tulsa have a great chance to get a second win, back-to-back wins, and get off to a good start. For OKC, they really have to get onto winning ways in their second match. They can't afford to fall too far behind. I'm sure John Pasquarello will be very well aware of that. So the next match, vitally important one for OKC.
Winters trying to mark his debut with something a little bit more to remember.
Good tackle, Eric Bird in midfield.
Strong presence there tonight.
Yeah, very much so, especially first half from an attacking point of view, but defensively second half, just marshalling the defense, trying to stop the attacks coming from OKC. He's been excellent in midfield. But it's all down to that golazo for me. Joaquim Rivas, the second goal. What a goal it was.
And that's it from Oklahoma City. Michael Encian and FC Tulsa victorious on opening night in the Black Gold Derby. 3-1 winners at Taft Stadium. There's our Mid-First Bank man of the match. It's Connor Donovan. His goal cut the deficit in half, but ultimately not enough in the end.
No, it wasn't, but a couple of good penalty appeals they'll look back on, and was a scrappy final goal to give away to Dario Suarez. That doesn't go in. We get a grandstand finish at 2-1. That basically killed the match. But credit Joaquim Rivas there. 2 goals, the second one, an absolute golazo. I think Connor Donovan here explaining why it should have been a penalty, and referee just saying I didn't see it as such, and that's all I can do is give what I see.
Well, these two teams will see each other again on July 2nd right here in Oklahoma City. So the Black Gold Derby will have to wait again until then. But for tonight, it's FC Tulsa, who are 3-1 winners, will come back and wrap things up right after this from Taft Stadium.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB, we go where you go.
Real commitment doesn't stumble. It doesn't hesitate. It's ready at a moment's notice, on the sidelines and in the stands. It leans in and gets loud. We're ready for you, for our club, for our city, for whatever comes next. We're SSM Health St. Anthony, and we're proud to be the official healthcare partners of the OKC Energy FC.
Welcome to Loves. Here, technology drives us. That's why we research technology advancements in our own labs. It's why we're constantly developing new tools to improve the ways you move. Ways that lead to safer, more efficient travel. Here at Loves, we believe that technology drives us all forward. Loves, working to bring innovation to the highway.
Well, there's the man of the moment, Joaquim Rivas. 2 spectacular goals tonight, and that proved to be the difference for FC Tulsa in their 3-1 win over Energy FC tonight, the Black Gold Derby on opening night of the USL Championship season. Well, plenty to look back on with our full-time highlights, but first, let's take a look at the save of the game presented by SSM Health St. Anthony's, and it was that one at the end of the first half.
Oh, it's a great touch by CJ Cochran. That is going into the back of the net from Matthew Sheldon, and he just gets a fingertip and pushes it onto the post. Brilliant.
And now our full-time highlights from Taft Stadium. OKC Energy came in with so many new faces, but starting in the 23rd minute, it was one-way traffic in that first half, and a great opportunity for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, Dario Suarez on the edge there. Eric Bird has a shot. And then it gets to DaCosta, but it came from Bird, and it was considered as a pass, therefore offside for DaCosta.
So the first goal ultimately ruled out, but they wouldn't have to wait too much longer, and DaCosta would have a lot to do with this first goal, and just follow 26, Corrales. He would be the one to provide the assist.
Yeah. Again, nice little build-up on the left-hand side. It's a lovely ball in from Corrales at the near post. Acosta dummies it because he knew full well that Joaquim Rivas was behind him, and it was an easy finish for Rivas, well tucked away. And that was just a forerunner of what was to come from Rivas.
And this was the play of the game, and it could be one of the plays of the season for FC Tulsa to take this in.
Oh, I mean, that is just golazo, golazo, golazo. On the volley, dipping. CJ looks over his shoulder and says, how am I meant to save that?
Then come the second half, this is when the chances started for OKC.
Yeah, that's a penalty. But, you know, it's difficult for the referee to see. Connor Davidson shouting, saying, come on, ref. You've got to give that. And, yep, we can see it from this angle. The question is, in fact, it wasn't Connor Davidson. Sorry, it was Mitchell Osmond. And it should have been, but if referee doesn't see it, he can't give it.
And here is another penalty shout.
Again, that one also I thought was a very good shot. Osmond's trying to have a shot. He pulls his foot back. Yeah, to me that, you know, Joaquim Rivas gets in the way. To me, that is a penalty. That's the second good call, and a very good call it should be. They're upset. You can see the coaching staff.
But then just about a minute later, Bijev to Donovan. We thought game on.
Yeah, fantastic ball in from Bijev. Great header from Donovan. Brave as can be. Fantastic timing. And that was when we were looking, could there be an equalizer? Ball over the top. Donovan again. This Route 1 football was playing well. Stevenson brought down. Kane, is it a pass back to the goalkeeper? Is it won there by Bourgeois? Difficult to say. Hard judgment call.
And then this would be the knockout punch, and if you're CJ Cochran, an unfortunate end to a pretty solid night in goal.
Oh, he's been fantastic in goal here, but as it comes over, the boot clear by the goalkeeper, he does see it at the last second. He doesn't kick it clear, it sort of comes off his leg into Suarez, back into the goals. I just wonder if the keeper could have done a touch more, but he's had such a fantastic night. I'm loath to criticize him. Look at those shots there from Tulsa, 11 of them 6 on target. They were thumping them away. OKC, well, they had 9 shots, 3 on target, but I would guess virtually all of those coming in the second half.
Yeah, they had only 3 shots in total in that first 45. They started to pour it on, and they looked a little bit better in that second half, but ultimately falling short in tonight's Black Gold Derby. So on opening night, the Black Gold Derby goes to the men wearing black and gold, and OKC Energy still a lot left to be desired here as we start this 2021 season. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Taft Stadium, where it finishes FC Tulsa 3, OKC Energy 1. Good night from Oklahoma City.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.